In the heart of Southeast Asia, veiled in morning mist, Borneo emerges, a colossal island where the rainforest stretches endlessly, its emerald canopy glowing beneath the first rays of sun. From above, the jungle appears as a living ocean, undulating with the breath of ancient life. This is the third largest island on the planet, and beneath its lush, unbroken canopy lies a rainforest that has flourished for over 140 million years. Here the air is thick with the scent of damp earth and the chorus of unseen creatures, echoing through a world unchanged since the age of the dinosaurs. Time slows in this ancient realm. Towering trees, some older than recorded history, rise like sentinels, their roots weaving through the soil in a tangled network. Hidden in the shadows, rare and elusive animals, clouded leopards, pygmy elephants and secretive primates, move with silent precision, perfectly attuned to the rhythms of the jungle. The mighty dipterocarp trees dominate the skyline, their colossal trunks supporting a dense, sun-dappled ceiling. Shafts of golden light pierce the canopy, illuminating the intricate dance of insects and the fleeting forms of mammals weaving through the undergrowth, each adapted to survive in this labyrinth of shadows and light. Over 15,000 plant species thrive here, from delicate orchids clinging to mossy branches to towering hardwoods that pierce the sky. In clearings, herds of wild mammals gather, their presence a fleeting glimpse into the rainforest's astonishing diversity and the delicate balance that sustains it. The air vibrates with the calls of brilliantly coloured birds, hornbills, peeters and kingfishers, each species a living jewel. On the forest floor, mammals forage among the leaf litter, their movements weaving a silent story beneath the dense foliage, hidden from all but the most patient observer. Evolution has crafted wonders unique to this island. Tiny, translucent frogs cling to mossy branches, their skin shimmering with moisture. Insects display dazzling patterns, camouflaged stick insects, iridescent beetles, while mammals like the sun bear and proboscis monkey reveal the extraordinary adaptations born of isolation. Every life form is bound in a web of intricate relationships. Pollinators, bees, butterflies and bats, visit exotic flowers, ensuring the survival of both plant and animal. Predators and prey, symbionts and competitors all play their part in the rainforest's delicate choreography. This forest is a living archive, its untouched stretches preserving the story of Earth's evolution. Each rare plant and animal is a chapter in a saga of survival, adaptation and resilience, written over millions of years in the language of nature. To journey through Borneo is to witness the profound interconnectedness of life. Every root and leaf, every creature and call is a testament to the enduring strength and the fragile vulnerability of this ancient island world, where the secrets of the jungle continue to unfold, hidden beneath the emerald canopy. As dawn breaks over Borneo's ancient rainforest, a veil of mist drapes the towering dipterocarp trees, their crowns lost in the pale morning light. Beneath this emerald cathedral, life stirs quietly, hidden from the world above. On the shadowy forest floor, the sun bear, smallest of all bear species, moves with a silent, deliberate grace. Its compact body, no larger than a medium-sized dog, is perfectly adapted for slipping through tangled undergrowth and dense foliage. Each sun bear is marked by a unique golden crescent on its chest, a radiant patch that gleams against its jet-black fur. These markings are as individual as fingerprints, a secret signature in the shadows of the jungle. But the sun bear's most extraordinary feature is hidden until it feeds. Its tongue, astonishingly long and slender, can stretch up to 10 inches, longer than any other bear. With this remarkable tool, the sun bear probes deep into narrow crevices, extracting honey, termites and ants from the heart of rotting wood and hollow trees. Its curved, sickle-like claws are formidable tools, capable of tearing apart decaying logs and peeling back thick bark. With powerful forelimbs, the sun bear exposes hidden insect colonies and sweet honeycombs, feasting on treasures that few other animals can reach. These excavations leave behind more than empty shells. The hollows and cavities carved by the sun bear become vital shelters for squirrels, hornbills, and a host of small mammals. In the aftermath of its foraging, new homes are created, and the forest cycle of life continues. As it forages, the sun bear unwittingly shapes the ecosystem, engineering microhabitats and opening up resources for countless species. Its presence ripples through the rainforest, supporting a delicate web of life. Yet this ancient forest is under siege. Expanding clearings and fragmented patches gnaw at the edges of the sun bear's world, shrinking its territory and forcing it into ever smaller refugees. The sun bear, now listed as vulnerable, is a silent sentinel of the rainforest's decline. Its dwindling numbers echo a deeper crisis, one that threatens not only the bear but the entire community of creatures that depend on its handiwork. The fate of the sun bear is inseparable from the fate of the rainforest itself. Every tree, every animal, every patch of moss is bound together in a living tapestry, one that is unravelling with each lost acre. To protect the sun bear is to safeguard the intricate balance of Borneo's wild heart. Its survival ensures the continued vitality of the forest and the future of the countless species that call it home. The sun bear's story is more than a symbol. It is a living measure of the rainforest's health and a promise that Borneo's wild wonders may yet endure for generations to come. At dawn, as the first golden rays pierce the mist-laden canopy, the rhinoceros hornbill emerges, a living silhouette against the endless green. With wings outstretched, it glides above the treetops, each feather catching the humid air, each movement a testament to its mastery of the skies. The hornbill's flight is not hurried. It is deliberate, surveying the vast tangled wilderness below, a sentinel of Borneo's ancient forests. Its most striking feature, the enormous casque crowning its beak, is more than mere ornament. This hollow structure amplifies the hornbill's call, a deep, echoing note that rolls through the jungle like distant thunder. The sound is unmistakable, a declaration of presence that travels for miles, weaving through the dense foliage, warning rivals and beckoning potential mates. In the hush of the rainforest, the hornbill's voice is both a song and a proclamation of dominion. The hornbill's role in the ecosystem is profound. Its diet consists almost entirely of figs and a dazzling array of rainforest fruits, each meal a vital link in the forest's cycle of renewal. With precision, it plucks ripe fruit from the highest branches, swallowing them whole. As it soars from tree to tree, undigested seeds pass through its body and are scattered far and wide, falling into the fertile shadows below. In this way, the hornbill becomes an unwitting gardener, planting the next generation of rainforest giants with every flight. When the season turns and the urge to nest arises, the female seeks refuge in a deep, ancient tree cavity, often one sculpted by the formidable claws of a sun bear. Inside, she seals herself with a wall of mud, fruit pulp and wood chips, leaving only a slender slit open to the world. Through this narrow gap, the male hornbill becomes her lifeline, delivering a steady supply of fruit and insects, his vigilance unwavering. For weeks, the female and her chick remain hidden, safe from predators, dependent on the male's relentless devotion. The bond between hornbill pairs is extraordinary. Their partnership is forged through ritual displays, gentle preening, synchronized calls, and the sharing of food. These behaviors reinforce a trust that is essential for survival in the unpredictable rainforest. Each interaction is a silent promise, a testament to cooperation in a world where every day brings new challenges. Yet the hornbill's future is shadowed by loss. The ancient trees that provide nesting sites are disappearing, felled by storms or human hands. Each fallen giant leaves a void, not just in the canopy, but in the lives of countless creatures. For the hornbill, the scarcity of suitable nests threatens the very continuation of its kind. Still, the hornbill endures. With fruit clutched in its powerful beak, it traverses the forest, scattering seeds with every journey. Its movements are purposeful, each flight a silent act of renewal. Without the hornbill, many rainforest trees would struggle to reproduce, and the intricate web of life would begin to unravel. In places where hornbills have vanished, the silence is haunting. Fruit lies untouched, rotting on the forest floor, seeds undispersed. The cycle of regeneration falters, and the once vibrant canopy grows still, its future uncertain. The fate of the rhinoceros hornbill is entwined with the fate of Borneo's forests. As long as these majestic birds soar above the canopy, scattering the seeds of tomorrow, hope endures for the wild heart of the jungle, a living testament to the resilience and interconnectedness of life in Borneo. In the emerald labyrinth of Borneo's ancient rainforest, a solitary figure emerges among the highest branches. The Bornean orangutan, whose name means person of the forest, moves with a silent, measured confidence, each motion a testament to millions of years of adaptation. Its long, powerful arms stretch effortlessly from limb to limb, fingers curling around mossy branches as it glides through the canopy, rarely descending to the forest floor below. Here, in this aerial world, the orangutan is both master and guardian, perfectly attuned to the shifting patterns of light and shadow above the jungle. Each day begins with a solitary quest. The orangutan's keen senses guide it through a maze of leaves and vines, searching for the forest's hidden treasures. It pauses to inspect a cluster of figs, gently testing their ripeness before plucking the sweetest fruit. With remarkable dexterity, it peels away tough skins, savouring the soft flesh within. The orangutan's memory is legendary, an internal map of the forest's bounty, recalling the fruiting cycles of hundreds of trees scattered across its vast leafy domain. As the sun dips low, painting the canopy in golden light, the orangutan prepares for nightfall. Selecting a sturdy fork high above the ground, it bends supple branches and weaves a fresh nest, layering broad leaves for comfort and insulation. Each nest is crafted with care, an ephemeral masterpiece built anew every evening to shield against rain and lurking predators. Here, cradled by the swaying treetops, the orangutan finds sanctuary in the heart of the jungle. For the females, the canopy is also a nursery. A mother cradles her infant close, her every movement gentle and deliberate. She will nurture her single offspring for up to 8 years, teaching it the secrets of the forest, how to recognize edible leaves, where to find the ripest fruit, and the art of nest building. The young orangutan clings tightly, watching and learning, its future shaped by the wisdom of its mother. This prolonged childhood is vital. The forest is a complex, ever-changing world, and survival depends on knowledge passed down through generations. Young orangutans observe, mimic, and practice, gradually gaining the skills they will need to one day live alone among the treetops. The bond between mother and child is unbreakable, forged in the quiet hours of dawn and dusk, high above the forest floor. But this ancient world is under threat. Chainsaws and bulldozers carve through the forest, leaving behind a patchwork of broken trees and empty silence. For the orangutan, each lost tree is more than just a home. It is a vital link in the web of life, a source of food, shelter, and safe passage through the canopy. As the forest shrinks, so too does the orangutan's future. The fate of the orangutan is entwined with the fate of Borneo's towering trees. Each ancient giant supports a vibrant community of life, from the smallest insects to the solitary ape of the treetops. In their branches, generations of orangutans have found refuge, nourishment, and the promise of tomorrow. Without the forest, the orangutan's story will end in silence. The treetops will stand empty, and the echoes of their solitary journey will fade, leaving only the memory of a remarkable life lived high above the jungle floor. Deep within the emerald labyrinth of Borneo's ancient rainforest, a silent shadow glides between shafts of filtered sunlight. Rarely glimpsed by human eyes, yet ever present in the tangled heart of the jungle, this is the Sunda clouded leopard, nature's most enigmatic and elusive predator. Its presence is felt more than seen, a whisper among the leaves, a fleeting movement in the undergrowth, a ghost haunting the green cathedral of the forest. With eyes that pierce the gloom and the longest canine teeth relative to body size of any wild cat, the Sunda-clouded leopard is a marvel of evolutionary design. Its jaws are engineered to puncture the thick hides of prey, while its senses are honed for the faintest rustle or scent. Every feature, from its low-slung body to its powerful jaws, is a testament to millions of years of adaptation, perfectly tuned for stealth, precision, and survival in the dense, unpredictable jungle. Agile and patient, the clouded leopard is a master of the hunt. High in the canopy, it stalks monkeys with silent determination, its dappled coat blending seamlessly with the shifting mosaic of light and shadow. On the forest floor, it becomes an ambush predator, waiting motionless for deer or wild pigs to wander within striking distance. Each hunt is a delicate balance of patience and explosive power, and every successful kill helps regulate the populations of its prey, maintaining the intricate web of life within the rainforest. The clouded leopard's flexible ankles and muscular limbs grant it unrivaled agility among the trees. It climbs with effortless grace, leaping from branch to branch, and can even descend trunks head first, a feat few other cats can match. Moving like a phantom through the canopy, it is almost invisible, its beautifully patterned coat dissolving into the dappled shadows. Here, in the upper reaches of the forest, it reigns supreme, a silent guardian of the treetops. From lofty vantage points, the clouded leopard surveys its vast domain. As the apex predator of Borneo's forests, it shapes the delicate balance of life below, ensuring that no single species dominates. Its presence ripples through the ecosystem, influencing the behavior and abundance of countless creatures, from the smallest rodent to the largest ungulate. Yet this ghost of the forest faces a mounting threat. Fewer than 10,000 remain, their numbers dwindling as ancient jungles are carved into fragments by relentless deforestation. Towering trees fall, replaced by barren clearings and isolated patches of green. The once continuous canopy is now a patchwork, and the clouded leopard's world grows smaller with each passing year. Forced to navigate these fragmented landscapes, the solitary clouded leopard must travel ever greater distances in search of mates and prey. Each journey exposes it to new dangers: open ground, scarcity of food, and the ever-present threat of isolation. The natural rhythms of the jungle are disrupted, and the delicate balance that has endured for millennia is thrown into uncertainty. The survival of the clouded leopard depends on the preservation of vast, unbroken tracts of rainforest, places where it can roam freely, unseen and undisturbed. Only in these untouched sanctuaries can the ghost of the forest continue its silent patrol, maintaining the health and diversity of Borneo's wild heart. Where the clouded leopard thrives, the forest flourishes. Its presence is the mark of a vibrant, resilient ecosystem, one where ancient secrets endure, and the wild spirit of Borneo's jungle lives on, hidden in the shadows, forever untamed. Deep within Borneo's labyrinth of waterways, where the jungle's emerald canopy casts shifting shadows on the river's surface, a silent sovereign glides beneath the ripples. The saltwater crocodile, ancient, immense, and perfectly adapted, moves with a grace that belies its formidable power. Its armoured hide, mottled and ridged, blends seamlessly with the tangled roots and floating debris, rendering it nearly invisible to all but the most vigilant eyes. With each slow, deliberate movement, the crocodile navigates the river's twists and turns, its senses finely tuned to the subtlest vibrations. Eyes and nostrils just above the water, it surveys its domain, ever patient, ever watchful. This is a creature unchanged for over 200 million years, a living relic whose survival depends on mastery of stealth and timing. Hidden beneath the surface, the crocodile waits in absolute stillness. When opportunity arises, it erupts from the depths with astonishing speed, jaws agape and lined with conical teeth. The water explodes in a frenzy as its powerful bite closes with a force capable of crushing bone. Fish darting too close, birds skimming the surface, and even the occasional mammal at the water's edge, all are potential prey for this apex predator. The crocodile's presence is a silent force that shapes the rhythm of life along the riverbanks. Proboscis monkeys cling to overhanging branches, their bodies tense, eyes fixed on the water below. Sambar deer approach the river with measured steps, nostrils flaring, every sense alert to the lurking danger. Even the smallest creatures, from birds to amphibians, alter their routines, acutely aware that the river's ruler could be watching from beneath the surface. When the hunt is done, the crocodile hauls its massive body onto the sun-warm banks. Here it lies motionless, soaking in the tropical heat, conserving energy for the next pursuit. Its presence is vital. By preying on the weak and unwary, the crocodile maintains the delicate balance of the river ecosystem, preventing any one species from overwhelming the rest and ensuring the health of the jungle's watery arteries. Yet this ancient ruler's world is under threat. Deforestation strips away the dense foliage that shelters the riverbanks, exposing the crocodile's habitat to the harsh sun and eroding the soil into the water. Pollution seeps into the river, clouding the once crystal currents and poisoning the intricate web of life that depends on clean water. Each change chips away at the crocodile's ability to hunt, breed and survive. Only in untouched, unspoiled rivers can the saltwater crocodile continue its ancient rituals. Here, in the clarity of clean water, it glides with silent authority, hunting, basking and ruling the waterways as it has since the age of the dinosaurs. To protect the crocodile is to preserve the very soul of Borneo's rainforest. Every ripple, every shadow beneath the surface is a testament to survival, power, and the enduring spirit of the jungle's most ancient ruler. Hidden deep within the emerald labyrinth of Borneo's riverine jungles, a singular primate reigns, the proboscis monkey. With its unmistakable pendulous nose, the male stands as a living testament to the wonders of evolution. This extraordinary feature, often drawing a smile from those who see it, is far more than a curiosity. It is a finely tuned instrument, amplifying the monkey's resonant calls so they reverberate through the dense rainforest, carrying messages of strength and intent across great distances. Each call is a declaration of territory, of dominance, and of allure to potential mates. High in the tangled canopy, males gather their harems, orchestrating a symphony of deep, booming vocalizations. These calls are not mere noise, they are the language of the forest, shaping the social structure of each troop. Within these groups, bonds are forged through grooming, play, and subtle gestures. Every interaction is a negotiation of status, a delicate balance of cooperation and rivalry. The male's nose, so prominent and fleshy, is a badge of honor. The deeper and more resonant his call, the greater his prestige among rivals, and the more attractive he becomes to females. Yet life in this watery world is fraught with danger. The proboscis monkey's home is shared with silent predators. Clouded leopards stalking the shadows, crocodiles lurking beneath the surface. When alarm calls ring out, the troop erupts into action. Agile and fearless, proboscis monkeys launch themselves from lofty branches, plunging into the river below. Unlike any other primate, they are natural swimmers, their webbed feet slicing through the current with remarkable speed and precision. This rare adaptation allows them to escape danger, traverse flooded forests, and reach new feeding grounds, an evolutionary marvel shaped by the challenges of their environment. The survival of these remarkable monkeys is intimately tied to the mangrove forests that fringe Borneo's rivers. Here they feast on a diet of young leaves, seeds, and unripe fruits, foods that few other creatures can digest. Their complex, multi-chambered stomachs are a masterpiece of adaptation, breaking down tough plant fibers and extracting vital nutrients. In doing so, proboscis monkeys help recycle nutrients, supporting the health of the entire ecosystem. But this delicate balance is under threat. As mangroves are cleared for agriculture and development, the monkeys lose both their food and their sanctuary. Stranded in shrinking fragments of forest, their numbers have dwindled alarmingly. Today, the proboscis monkey stands on the brink, its future hanging in the balance. Protecting Borneo's rivers and mangroves is not just about saving a single species, it is about safeguarding the intricate, interconnected web of life that thrives in these wild, watery jungles. Once, Borneo's rainforest stretched as far as the eye could see, a boundless, living ocean of green. From above, the canopy formed a seamless expanse, its surface rippling with the movement of leaves and the passage of clouds. This ancient wilderness, older than the Amazon, was a sanctuary for countless species, each woven into the fabric of life, from the shadowy undergrowth to the sunlit treetops. But today, this emerald ocean is vanishing at an alarming rate. The once unbroken sea of green is now scarred by abrupt edges, where the forest meets barren, cleared land, a stark reminder of how quickly this world is changing. Within these shrinking forests, life clings on. Orangutans, with their gentle intelligence, navigate the thinning branches, searching for fruit and shelter. Hornbills, their wings flashing in the dappled light, call out as they glide from tree to tree, their search for food growing ever more desperate. Sun bears, the smallest of their kind, climb higher and higher, seeking safety and sustenance in a world that is closing in around them. Each animal's journey is a testament to resilience, but also a warning of the fragility of this ecosystem. When an ancient giant falls, the impact is felt far beyond the crash of wood on Earth. The collapse sends tremors through the ecosystem. Predators, once masters of vast hunting grounds, now prowl the shrinking shadows, their territories fragmented. The proboscis monkey, with its distinctive nose and gentle eyes, struggles to find the tender leaves it needs, forced to venture further as its food sources dwindle. The forest floor, once a cool, shaded refuge, is now littered with splintered branches and exposed to the harsh glare of the sun, altering the delicate balance of moisture and temperature that so many species depend on. Much of Borneo's rainforest is rooted in deep peat swamps, vast, spongy reservoirs formed over thousands of years. These waterlogged soils are rich with decaying plant matter, locking away immense stores of carbon beneath a living carpet of moss and roots. Here, rare orchids bloom in the filtered light, amphibians thrive in the damp, and a multitude of insects find sanctuary. The peat swamps are the rainforest's hidden heart, nurturing life in ways both seen and unseen. But when the forest is stripped away, and the peat dries, disaster follows. Fire, once rare in these damp environments, now sweeps through with terrifying speed. Flames consume the ancient peat, releasing carbon that has been stored for millennia in thick, choking plumes. The earth is left scorched and lifeless, a graveyard where unique creatures once thrived. The loss is not just local. It reverberates across the globe, fueling climate change and erasing habitats that can never be replaced. As the green ocean recedes, the jungle fragments into isolated islands of life. Each patch is a world unto itself, cut off by barren expanses where forest once stood. Animals become stranded, their populations divided and weakened. The search for mates grows desperate, migration routes are severed, and the intricate web of relationships that sustains the ecosystem begins to unravel. In this silence, extinctions unfold quietly, one species at a time. What took millions of years to evolve can be erased in a matter of months. The relentless march of deforestation is captured in time-lapse, a vibrant jungle transformed into emptiness, the scars of loss etched deep into the land. These wounds may never fully heal, their legacy felt for generations. The consequences of this vanishing green ocean ripple far beyond Borneo's shores. The rainforest's disappearance alters rainfall patterns, disrupts the global climate, and diminishes the planet's biodiversity. From the clouds above to the rivers below, the loss is felt by creatures and ecosystems across continents, a reminder that all life is connected. Yet, in the untouched heart of Borneo, life endures. Orangutan families build their nests high in the treetops, rare birds call through the morning mist, and the forest hums with the energy of countless unseen lives. Here, the jungle's resilience is on full display, a living testament to what remains, and a glimpse of what could be lost forever if the tide is not turned. As dawn breaks over the canopy, shafts of golden light pierce the mist, illuminating new growth on the forest floor. Young shoots push through the soil, and the jungle responds with quiet determination. In these moments, hope endures. The rainforest story is not yet finished, but the time to act is now, before the last waves of this green ocean fade into memory. Borneo's rainforest stretches beneath the clouds, a living tapestry woven over millions of years. Each layer of emerald green conceals a labyrinth of life, where ancient trees rise like sentinels and the air hums with the pulse of countless unseen creatures. This is a world shaped by time, its secrets guarded by the dense canopy and the shadows below. In the filtered light, the sun bear moves quietly, foraging for fruit and insects, its presence a gentle reminder of the delicate balance that sustains this ecosystem. Above, the rhinoceros hornbill glides from branch to branch, its calls echoing through the trees, a signal to others, a vital thread in the intricate web of jungle life. Every species, from the smallest insect to the largest mammal, plays a role in maintaining the harmony of this ancient forest. Yet this harmony is under relentless threat. Chainsaws roar at the forest's edge, biting into trunks that have stood for centuries. The ground is scarred by the advance of logging and agriculture, each fallen giant leaving a wound that ripples through the ecosystem. As the canopy thins, sunlight floods the forest floor, disrupting the delicate balance and pushing countless species closer to the brink of survival. High above, an orangutan swings effortlessly through the branches, searching for fruit and shelter. Nearby, a proboscis monkey leaps between trees, its movements agile and precise. Their lives are intertwined, each dependent on the forest's bounty and the stability of their shared home. The loss of even a single species can unravel the connections that have evolved over millennia, threatening the entire ecosystem. But hope endures in the heart of Borneo. Deep within the untouched wilderness, ancient trees tower above the mist, their roots anchoring the soil and their branches sheltering a vibrant chorus of life. Here, the jungle remains undisturbed, a sanctuary where the rhythms of nature continue as they have for ages. Along winding rivers, the forest thrives, its waters nourishing the land, its banks alive with the movement of animals and the flutter of wings. Conservationists and local communities work tirelessly to protect these sanctuaries, establishing reserves, restoring damaged land, and monitoring wildlife. Their efforts are a lifeline, ensuring that the jungle's heart continues to beat. These forests are more than a refuge for rare and remarkable creatures. They regulate the global climate, absorb vast amounts of carbon, and shelter plants with the potential to heal and nourish humanity. Each unique species, each intricate relationship is a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of life. Where the jungle has been wounded, new life emerges. Saplings push through the soil, reaching for the sunlight that filters through the canopy. The process of regeneration is slow but relentless. Nature's promise that, given the chance, the forest can heal and flourish once more. The future of Borneo's rainforest hangs in a delicate balance. Its fate will be determined by the choices made today, whether to allow this ancient world to vanish or to fight for its survival. The horizon stretches wide, the clouds drifting above a landscape that has endured for eons, now awaiting its next chapter. If we succeed, the jungle will endure, its wonders preserved, its mysteries intact, a living legacy for generations yet to come. The responsibility is ours, and the time to act is now. In the strength of a single tree, in the promise of a new sapling, the future of a fragile world is written. Beneath the towering emerald canopy of Borneo, where sunlight fractures into a mosaic of green and gold, an intricate world thrives in perpetual shadow. Here, the true architects of the jungle are not the colossal trees or the prowling predators, but a legion of tiny engineers, each one shaping the fate of the forest in ways both subtle and profound. The forest floor pulses with life as army ants surge forward in relentless columns, their movements synchronized like a living river. Each ant, guided by invisible chemical trails, plays a precise role: scouts, soldiers, workers, together forming a superorganism that sweeps across the leaf litter, consuming everything in its path. Individually, these ants are fragile, but united, they dismantle the remnants of the forest, fallen insects, decaying leaves, and even the bones of the departed, transforming death into nourishment for the living. Their tireless foraging returns vital nutrients to the soil, fueling the endless cycle of renewal. Above the ground, the air shimmers with the delicate flutter of iridescent wings. Countless insects, each uniquely adapted, fill the humid air with flashes of colour and movement, their presence a testament to the rainforest's boundless diversity. Butterflies, adorned in jewel tones, drift among orchids and ferns. With every gentle landing, they transfer pollen from blossom to blossom, ensuring the next generation of rainforest flora. Their silent ballet is essential, unseen by larger creatures, yet vital for the survival of countless plant species. Over tranquil pools, dragonflies hover with unerring precision. Their multifaceted eyes catch the faintest glimmer of movement, allowing them to hunt mid-flight. As apex aerial predators among insects, they keep mosquito populations in check, maintaining balance in these watery microcosms. Deep within rotting logs, beetles labour unseen. Their powerful jaws carve tunnels through decaying wood, breaking it down into rich, fertile earth. These silent recyclers accelerate decomposition, releasing locked nutrients and creating habitats for countless other organisms. As dusk descends, cicadas emerge, clinging to tree trunks and branches. Their collective song swells, a rhythmic pulse that echoes through the twilight. This chorus signals the changing of the guard, as nocturnal life stirs and the forest transitions from day to night. Hidden within the labyrinthine heart of fallen timber, termite colonies toil ceaselessly. Their social structure is a marvel of cooperation, with workers, soldiers, and a queen, all dedicated to the survival of the colony. In darkness, termites carve intricate tunnels, aerating the soil and breaking down wood into its elemental parts. Their efforts enrich the earth, making it fertile for new growth and sustaining the very roots of the forest. As night falls, lantern bugs ignite the gloom with gentle bioluminescence. Their glowing bodies communicate across the darkness, signaling to potential mates in a silent language of light, adding a mysterious beauty to the nocturnal jungle. Camouflaged among the branches, stick insects blend seamlessly with the foliage. Masters of disguise, they feed quietly on leaves, pruning the canopy and providing sustenance for predators higher up the food chain. Together, these insects form a living network, more ancient than the tallest tree. Their interactions, predation, pollination, decomposition, are the invisible gears that keep the rainforest alive. From the forest floor to the highest canopy, insects pollinate, recycle, and sustain life at every level. Their silent labour shapes the jungle, ensuring that every plant and animal has a place in this complex tapestry. Without these hidden architects, the canopy would wither, rivers would slow, and the vibrant chorus of the forest would fall silent. The entire ecosystem depends on their unseen efforts. In Borneo, it is the smallest creatures that shoulder the greatest responsibility, their lives woven into the very fabric of the rainforest. Their invisible labours are the threads that bind this extraordinary world together, a reminder that in the jungle, every life, no matter how small, is essential to to the survival of all. As the sun slips beneath the horizon, the Borneo rainforest transforms. The emerald canopy, now veiled in deepening twilight, casts long shadows that stretch across a labyrinth of mossy roots and tangled undergrowth. In this fleeting hour, the jungle's most secretive residents begin to emerge, their movements barely perceptible in the dimming light. Beneath the towering dipterocarp giants, a cool hush settles over the forest floor. Mist weaves between ancient trunks, and the air is thick with anticipation. Here, in the understory, reptiles and amphibians, masters of stealth, prepare for their nightly ballet, navigating the delicate boundary between light and darkness. A sudden flash of emerald reveals the Bornean flying frog, poised on a slender branch. Its skin glistens with dew, perfectly matching the lush foliage that surrounds it. With a graceful leap, the frog launches itself into the air. Its webbed toes splay wide, transforming its limbs into parachutes. In near silence, it glides from tree to tree, vanishing into the shadows before a predator, or even the human eye, can track its path. Below, the forest floor is a living mosaic. Fallen leaves, moss and bark create a tapestry of camouflage, concealing countless lives beneath their surface. Among the debris, the earless monitor lizard moves with ancient deliberation. Its coppery scales shimmer faintly, blending seamlessly with the earth and detritus. This living relic, unchanged for millions of years, is a silent witness to the rainforest's deep history. The lizard's lineage stretches back to a forgotten age, its form a testament to survival in a world that has shifted around it. It glides through the shadows, a ghost from prehistory, rarely glimpsed and never lingering. Perched motionless among tangled roots, the Bornean forest dragon surveys its domain. Its spiked silhouette merges with the bark, a living sculpture carved by evolution for concealment and patience. Only the briefest flicker of its tongue betrays its presence. The dragon waits, perfectly still, for the faintest movement of an unsuspecting insect, its predatory focus unwavering in the gloom. Nearby, on a curled leaf, the world's smallest frog, no larger than a grain of rice, clings to the edge of existence. Its delicate form is almost invisible against the green, a marvel of miniaturization. As night deepens, the frog's call rises, a faint, crystalline note nearly lost in the symphony of the rainforest. Dewdrops shimmer on its skin, amplifying the fragile beauty of its song. The rivers, winding through the jungle like silver ribbons, hold secrets of their own. Their banks are cloaked in mist, and the water's surface reflects the moonlight in shifting patterns. In the undergrowth, a reticulated python lies coiled, its patterned skin a perfect mimicry of dappled moonlight and shadow. Every muscle is poised, every sense attuned to the faintest vibration. Patient and silent, the python waits by the riverbank. It senses the gentle ripple of water, a signal that prey is near. In a world where movement means survival, stillness is its greatest weapon. In shallow pools, the Bornean flat-headed frog thrives where few others can. Lacking lungs, it absorbs oxygen directly through its skin, a remarkable adaptation to life in oxygen-poor waters. Each of these creatures is a master of invisibility, their forms and colours shaped by the relentless demands of survival. They vanish into bark, leaf and shadow, leaving only the faintest trace of their passing. Their lives unfold in near silence, their dramas hidden from all but the most patient observer. In the interplay of shadow and scale, their stories are written in the language of secrecy. Yet, though rarely seen, their presence is vital. Each species is a thread in the intricate tapestry of the rainforest, contributing to the balance and resilience of this ancient ecosystem. Frogs and salamanders keep insect populations in check, preventing outbreaks that could devastate the forest. Lizards and snakes disperse seeds and regulate the delicate balance of life, ensuring the jungle's continued renewal. In the darkest corners of the rainforest, these secretive animals stand as guardians, sentinels of a world few will ever witness. Their vigilance maintains the hidden order of the jungle. In Borneo, survival belongs to those who can vanish, who can slip between the cracks of perception and evade the gaze of both predator and prey. The secretive reptiles and amphibians of Borneo are nature's quiet custodians. Their extraordinary lives, hidden in the shadows, remind us that the rainforest's greatest wonders are often those that remain unseen. Beneath the towering giants of Borneo's rainforest, a hidden kingdom thrives, one ruled not by tooth or claw, but by roots, spores, and the silent, ceaseless pulse of growth. Here, every inch of earth and air is claimed by life forms that rarely move, yet are always at work, shaping the very foundation of the jungle. The forest floor is a living mosaic, carpeted with mosses, ferns, and a multitude of tiny fungi. Each patch of green and every cluster of mushrooms is a testament to the relentless competition for light, space, and nutrients in this shadowed world. A single step reveals a tapestry of colour. Brilliant fungi unfurl like miniature umbrellas, their caps painted in sapphire, tangerine, and ghostly white. These delicate forms are more than decoration. They are the fruiting bodies of vast underground networks, each one a fleeting signal of the life below. As night falls, the forest transforms. Bioluminescent mycena mushrooms ignite with an emerald glow, illuminating fallen logs and decaying wood. Their light pierces the darkness, tracing secret paths through the undergrowth and turning the forest floor into a constellation of living stars. These glowing beacons are more than a spectacle. They lure insects from the shadows, enticing them to land, and unwittingly carry spores to distant corners of the jungle, ensuring the next generation of fungi will flourish. Amidst the leaf litter, the rafflesia emerges. Its enormous blood-red petals unfurl with a slow, deliberate grace, revealing the world's largest flower, a botanical marvel that exists only in these ancient forests. The rafflesia's bloom is both beautiful and grotesque. It exudes a pungent scent of rotting flesh, a clever mimicry that draws carrion flies to its heart. These insects, deceived by the promise of decay, become unwitting pollinators, carrying the flower's legacy onward. For a few brief days, the rafflesia reigns as the jungle's most bizarre jewel. Then, as swiftly as it appeared, the flower withers, its petals collapsing back into the earth, leaving only memory and seed behind. Threading through the undergrowth, the roots of strangler figs begin their slow conquest. These roots entwine ancient trees, their grip tightening year by year in a relentless embrace that can eventually smother their host. The journey of a strangler fig begins high in the canopy, where birds drop seeds into the crooks of branches. From these lofty perches, slender tendrils descend, seeking the forest floor. Over decades they thicken and fuse, forming living pillars that reshape the very architecture of the jungle. In shafts of dappled sunlight, pitcher plants dangle like living chalices. Their waxy, slippery rims glisten with moisture, inviting the unwary to peer inside. Rainwater collects in their deep cups, forming pools that become deadly traps. Insects, drawn by nectar, slip and tumble into the liquid below, where they are slowly digested. nutrients recycled in a world where nothing is wasted. Some, like the Nepenthes raja, are giants among carnivorous plants. Their cavernous pitchers are large enough to ensnare small rodents, a rare but remarkable reversal in the eternal contest between hunter and hunted. Clinging to mossy trunks, tiny orchids bloom in secret. Their petals, delicate as silk, open for only a short time. Each flower a fleeting masterpiece shaped by the rhythms of rain and sun. Hidden in the mist, the rare black orchid stands as a symbol of Borneo's botanical mysteries. Its velvet black flowers are glimpsed by few, a secret kept by the jungle itself. Even in decay, the forest is alive. Fallen leaves and rotting wood are swiftly colonized by fungi and bacteria, their work essential to the endless cycle of renewal. Beneath the surface, a vast web of mycelium, fine thread-like fungal filaments, spreads unseen. These networks break down the old, releasing nutrients that feed the next generation of plants and fungi. Mycelium forms the jungle's hidden internet, connecting trees and plants in a silent exchange of water, nutrients, and chemical messages. Through these underground highways, the forest communicates, cooperates, and endures. In Borneo, plants and fungi are not mere background. They are the architects and caretakers of the jungle, shaping every layer of this ecosystem with their silent, persistent labour. Their collaboration, unseen yet profound, weaves a living tapestry above and below the surface, a world richer, more intricate, and more mysterious than any dream. As the sun melts into the tangled skyline, a golden haze lingers over Borneo's ancient canopy. The rainforest exhales, releasing a cool breath that signals the end of day and the beginning of something extraordinary. Shadows stretch and deepen, and the jungle's vibrant greens fade into a tapestry of indigo and charcoal. In the hush of twilight, the world seems to hold its breath. For a fleeting moment, the forest is suspended in stillness until the first tremor of sound stirs the shadows and the nocturnal symphony begins its overture. Cicadas, hidden in the bark and leaves, erupt in a synchronized chorus. Their calls surge and recede like ocean waves, weaving a living tapestry of sound that pulses through the trees. Each note is a signal, a declaration of territory, a search for a mate, an ancient language spoken only in darkness. High above, the tiny Wallace's flying frog awakens. Its emerald skin shimmers with dew, catching the faintest glimmer of moonlight. With a sudden leap, it launches itself into the humid air, webbed feet unfurling like parachutes. It glides effortlessly from branch to branch, navigating the labyrinth of leaves with silent precision. Below, the undergrowth stirs. Shadows ripple as silent prowlers emerge, their movements masked by the dense tangle of roots and fallen leaves. Every rustle hints at a hidden drama unfolding beneath the surface. The sunder leopard cat, its coat dappled with moonlit patterns, glides through the roots with feline grace. Amber eyes pierce the darkness, scanning for the faintest twitch of a rodent or the glimmer of a frog's skin. Each step is calculated, each pause a moment of perfect stillness before the pounce. Overhead, the slow loris emerges from its daytime refuge. Its wide, unblinking eyes are perfectly adapted to the faintest glimmer of moonlight, capturing every detail in the gloom. It moves with deliberate slowness, each limb placed with care, as if time itself has slowed to match its pace. The loris creeps along the branches, pausing to sniff the air. It searches for insects, tree sap, and the occasional bird's egg, its tongue flicking out to taste the night. Every movement is a study in patience, every pause a lesson in survival honed by generations in darkness. Suddenly, from the gloom, the Bornean tarsier explodes into motion. With astonishing speed, it launches itself between trunks, spindly fingers gripping bark with unerring accuracy. Its oversized eyes, luminous and reflective, scan for the faintest sign of prey. The tarsier hunts by sound alone, a chirp, a rustle, the flutter of wings. Its ears swivel, capturing every nuance of the jungle's nocturnal orchestra, guiding it unerringly to its next meal. Above the forest floor, moths the size of human hands drift through shafts of moonlight. Their wings, adorned with cryptic eye spots, shimmer as they flutter silently, evading the gaze of hungry predators. Among these nocturnal giants, the atlas moth reigns supreme. Its wings, broad and intricate, are masterpieces of camouflage and beauty. In its brief, silent life, it seeks only to mate, its existence a fleeting tribute to the night. The air vibrates with the layered calls of frogs and crickets, each species adding its own rhythm to the living soundtrack. From the distance, the haunting whoop of a buffy fish owl echoes, while the eerie rising whistle of a gibbon's nocturnal song drifts through the trees, a reminder that the jungle never truly sleeps. On the forest floor, pangolins shuffle through the leaf litter, their armoured scales catching the faintest glint of light. With delicate precision, they probe for ant nests, their long tongues flicking out to snare their quarry, each movement a testament to adaptation and resilience. Above the canopy, flying foxes take to the sky. These giant fruit bats, with wingspans nearing 5 feet, soar effortlessly through the moonlit air, their silhouettes gliding between the treetops in search of ripe fruit. As they feed, they become gardeners of the night, dispersing seeds from fig tree to fig tree. Each flight ensures the renewal of the forest, the promise of new life hidden in the darkness. In these hours, even silence is alive. The sudden hush as a predator passes, the faint drip of dew from leaves, the subtle rustle of unseen creatures, all are woven into the fabric of the night, each sound a thread in the jungle's living tapestry. Under the cloak of midnight, Borneo's jungle becomes a living orchestra. Every heartbeat, every flutter, every shadow is a note in a symphony that has played for millennia, unseen and unheard by most. The night belongs to those who see without light, creatures who hunt, hide and thrive in the velvet dark, their glowing eyes the only hint of their presence. When the world sleeps, the rainforest breathes deepest. Mist rises from the earth, and the canopy glistens beneath a tapestry of stars. Here, in the embrace of night, Borneo's secrets are kept, mysteries revealed only to the moon, the stars, and the wild hearts that call this jungle home. In the heart of Borneo, time is measured not by hours or minutes, but by the subtle, ceaseless pulse of the rainforest seasons. As dawn breaks, a golden mist weaves through the emerald canopy, signalling the start of another cycle in this ancient, living world. There are no harsh winters or scorching summers here, only a delicate interplay between rain and sunlight. Each morning, dew clings to every leaf, capturing the first rays that pierce the dense foliage, nourishing the forest from the ground up. As the monsoon season approaches, the sky darkens and the air grows heavy. The forest falls silent, every creature attuned to the coming storm, as if the entire ecosystem holds its breath in anticipation. Suddenly, the silence is broken by the roar of rain. Torrents cascade from the sky, drumming on broad leaves and saturating the earth. Dry riverbeds are transformed into rushing streams, their waters swirling with life-giving silt and seeds. Relentless rainfall swells the rivers, sending them spilling into the forest. Carried on these currents, seeds and nutrients travel far from their origins, ensuring the renewal of life across the jungle floor. In the aftermath, the rainforest awakens with renewed vigour. Ferns unfurl, mosses glisten, and the air hums with the activity of countless creatures, each responding to the abundance brought by the rains. Temporary pools form in the forest's hollows, drawing frogs from every corner. Their vibrant bodies gather at the water's edge, and their calls rise in a jubilant chorus, echoing through the trees. Orchids and pitcher plants respond to the moisture, unfurling petals and leaves in a display of colour and form. Rain droplets cling to their surfaces, magnifying their beauty against the misty backdrop. High above, an orangutan navigates the slick branches, searching for ripening fruit hidden among the leaves. In the dense undergrowth, young proboscis monkeys leap and tumble, testing their agility in the safety of the lush, rain-fed foliage. Eventually, the downpour fades. Sunlight pierces the thinning clouds, casting golden beams across the glistening canopy and signalling a new phase in the forest's cycle. As warmth returns, the forest dries. Leaves shimmer as droplets evaporate, and the canopy breathes in the gentle heat, preparing for the next transformation. Muddy clearings emerge as streams recede, revealing a tapestry of tracks. Wild boar root through the soft earth, searching for fallen fruit and nourishing roots exposed by the shifting waters. The air grows warmer, and sunlight dapples the forest floor. Patches of dry leaf litter release gentle wisps of heat, signalling the brief, sunlit interlude between rains. Insects emerge in dazzling swarms, their wings catching the light as they flutter above the undergrowth. Butterflies, beetles and dragonflies fill the air, each playing a vital role in the forest's intricate web. The Bornean sun bear, smallest of its kind, sniffs the humid air for honey and termites. Its sensitive nose guides it through the transformed landscape, uncovering hidden treasures beneath fallen logs. Every inhabitant, from the tiniest insect to the largest mammal, moves in harmony with the seasonal rhythm. Their lives are woven together by the ebb and flow of rain and sun. Hornbills time their nesting to coincide with the fruiting of ancient trees. Fig trees stagger their bounty, ensuring a continuous feast for fruit bats and birds, each species dependent on the other for survival. Even the smallest fungi sense the change. As humidity peaks, they release clouds of spores, sending them adrift on the moist air to colonize new ground. Yet this balance is fragile. Saplings with shallow roots cling to life, their fate determined by the timing and intensity of the rains. An early drought can parch the land, shrinking rivers and leaving fish stranded in shrinking pools. Elephants, the forest's gentle giants, must travel farther in search of water, their journeys shaping the landscape itself. A late or fierce monsoon brings its own dangers. Floodwaters can submerge nests and wash away the fragile roots of new seedlings, threatening the next generation of the forest. Every shift in the weather sends ripples through the web of life. Each species, each cycle is interlinked, their survival dependent on the precise timing of nature's clock. Season after season, the rainforest endures. Plants regrow, animals adapt, and the ancient cycle continues, each heartbeat of the forest set to the rhythm of rain and sun. In this timeless world, every drop of rain, every shaft of sunlight, and every subtle change is a vital thread in the living tapestry of Borneo, woven together by the pulse of the rainforest itself. In the heart of Borneo, the rainforest stretches endlessly, a living mosaic where every organism, from the tallest tree to the tiniest insect, is a vital thread in a tapestry millions of years in the making. Each life form is bound to the next, forming a web so intricate that the fate of one can ripple through the entire ecosystem. Here, the boundaries between plant and animal dissolve. Roots snake through the earth, entwined with mosses and fungi, while insects scuttle across leaves and birds perch quietly among the branches. Every movement, every breath is part of a silent dialogue, cooperation and competition woven together in a delicate balance. High above, a fig tree stands sentinel in the canopy, its branches heavy with ripening fruit. The figs are more than food. They are a beacon, signalling to the forest's inhabitants that a feast awaits. Hornbills, with their striking black and white plumage, answer the call. They descend in a flurry, their powerful beaks tearing open the figs, scattering seeds to the forest floor below. Each seed is a promise of new life, carried on the wings of these majestic birds. But the story of the fig does not end with the hornbill. As the sun dips below the horizon, the forest transforms, and new actors take the stage. At dusk, fruit bats emerge, their wings slicing through the twilight. They pluck fruit from the trees, carrying seeds far beyond the reach of roots, dispersing the next generation of giants wherever a shaft of sunlight pierces the ancient green. In exchange for their service, the bats find nourishment, and the cycle of renewal continues night after night, season after season. Beneath the towering trees, the forest floor is a world unto itself, a miniature universe teeming with life, where every fallen leaf and decaying log is a stage for countless dramas. Leafcutter ants march in tireless columns, each carrying a fragment of leaf many times its own weight. Their journey leads deep underground, where a hidden world awaits. In the darkness, the ants cultivate a secret crop, fungus, carefully tended and fed with the leaves they harvest. This partnership is ancient, a testament to the ingenuity of even the smallest creatures. The ants feed the fungus, and in return the fungus nourishes the colony, sustaining generations of workers and queens. This quiet alliance enriches the soil, making it fertile for seedlings and providing shelter for a multitude of insects, each one a vital cog in the rainforest machine. Amidst the tangled roots, a slow loris moves with deliberate grace, its enormous eyes reflecting the fading light. It hunts for insects, each movement precise, each pause calculated. The loris disturbs a nest of termites, sending them scattering into the leaf litter, a sudden burst of energy in the quiet dusk. The commotion draws a sun bear, whose powerful claws rip into rotting wood, unearthing beetles and larvae. The bear feasts, its actions echoing through the undergrowth. As the bear digs, it churns the soil, aerating it and creating pockets where seeds can take root. In this way, even the search for food becomes an act of creation. The towering dipterocarp trees, lords of the canopy, owe their existence to the smallest creatures. Their seeds are scattered, their roots protected, by the unseen labour of insects and mammals alike. Their trunks are living skyscrapers, draped with orchids and pitcher plants. These epiphytes create microhabitats, sheltering ants, spiders and frogs, each species finding its niche in the vertical world. When a giant falls, sunlight floods the forest floor, igniting a race for the light. Mosses, vines and saplings surge upward, eager to claim the space left behind. Decomposers, millipedes, beetles and fungi move in, breaking down the fallen titan, returning its nutrients to the soil, fueling the next cycle of growth. The rivers that wind through Borneo are lifelines, threading the jungle together. Their waters nourish the land, connect distant habitats, and sustain countless forms of life. Beneath the surface, fish graze on algae, keeping the waters clear and healthy. Their constant feeding shapes the aquatic landscape, maintaining the delicate balance of the river ecosystem. Otters, agile and playful, hunt in coordinated packs. Their pursuit of fish stirs the riverbed, scattering nutrients and fertilizing the banks with their leavings, enriching the land for plants and animals alike. Along the muddy banks, monitor lizards prowl, preying on eggs and amphibians. Above, kingfishers dart and dive, their brilliant colours flashing as their calls echo across the floodplain. In Borneo, every action, no matter how small, sends ripples through the web of life. A single disturbance can set off a cascade of reactions, felt from the forest floor to the highest canopy. The blooming of a single flower can feed 100 insects, each one a link in a chain that nourishes birds, bats and reptiles. Energy flows from petal to predator, connecting all who dwell here. The death of a tree is not an end, but a beginning. Its decaying trunk becomes a nursery for new saplings, a shelter for insects, and a banquet for fungi, life rising from death in an endless cycle. Even the rarest creatures, a clouded leopard gliding through the shadows, a pangolin curled beneath the leaves, are essential links in this chain. Their presence shapes the forest, their absence would leave a void. This is the secret of Borneo's rainforest. No life exists in isolation. Every species, every individual is both giver and taker, predator and prey, architect and inhabitant. The balance is maintained through countless interactions, some dramatic, many hidden, each one essential to the whole. The forest is always changing, always adapting. Beneath the leaves, insects labour unseen, while above, the canopy shifts with the seasons, responding to the rhythms of sun and rain. This web, resilient yet fragile, binds together the ancient, ever-changing world beneath Borneo's emerald canopy. It is a masterpiece of connection, a living testament to the power of nature's design. Gap 2s. As dawn breaks over Borneo, a new world awakens, not one of sights, but of sounds. The jungle's symphony begins in darkness, where the first notes are whispered by the wind weaving through the high canopy. Here, every creature is both composer and performer, shaping an invisible architecture that binds the forest together. Gap 1s. Deep within the understory, a chorus of cicadas pulses like a living metronome, their synchronized calls swelling and receding in perfect unison. Each species claims its own frequency, its own rhythm, ensuring their songs do not drown one another out, a natural harmony engineered over millennia. The air shivers with vibration, a signal that travels farther than any scent or colour could reach. Gap 1s. As the sun climbs, birds join the overture. The metallic chime of the Asian fairy bluebird rings through the trees, followed by the haunting duet of gibbons calling across the valleys. Each note is a declaration of territory, of longing, of life. Invisible sound waves map the unseen boundaries between families and rivals, weaving through the branches in complex, ever-changing patterns. Gap 1s. In the tangled thickets below, frogs and toads emerge from their leafy shelters. Their croaks, trills and whistles rise in overlapping layers, a living code that signals rain, courtship or warning. Some sounds are pitched too high, too low for human ears to decipher, yet every vibration is understood by those who dwell within the green labyrinth. Gap 1s. The forest itself is alive with sound. When rain falls, it becomes a percussive masterpiece, droplets drumming on broad leaves, trickling down trunks, splashing into hidden pools. The rhythm shifts with the weather, a constant improvisation. Even silence is an instrument here, a pause that heightens the next burst of life. Gap 1s. At midday, a sudden crash echoes through the trees, branches snapping beneath the weight of a passing orangutan. The sound ripples outward, alerting birds and monkeys, sending a shiver through the forest living network. Each movement leaves an acoustic footprint, a record of presence and passage. Gap 1s. As dusk returns, the sonic landscape transforms once more. Fruit bats flutter overhead, their wings whispering secrets to the night. In the shadows, tarsiers emit ultrasonic chirps, navigating by echoes that paint a world of shapes in darkness. Moths vibrate their abdomens to ward off hungry bats, while geckos click and chirp from the bark of ancient trees. Gap 1s. Beneath it all, the heartbeat of Borneo's jungle is a tapestry of sound, layered, shifting, alive. Every call, every rustle, every drop of rain is a message, a connection, an essential thread in the forest's sonic architecture. In this world, to listen is to understand the true pulse of life beneath the emerald canopy. The Gap 2s. Beneath the dense green canopy, a hidden world pulses with life. Borneo's rivers, the ancient arteries that carve the island's wild heart. These waterways are more than just channels of water. They are lifelines, shaping the rhythms of the rainforest and sustaining an astonishing tapestry of creatures. Gap 1s. At dawn, mist drifts low across the river's surface, curling around twisted roots and fallen logs. Here, water monitors glide silently, their forked tongues tasting the currents for the scent of prey. In the shallows, schools of tinfoil barbs flash like living coins, darting between submerged branches where kingfishers perch, poised for a sudden dive. Gap 1s. Underwater, the scene transforms. Sunlight filters through tannin-stained water, painting golden ribbons across the riverbed. Tiny gobies cling to smooth stones, their transparent fins undulating in the gentle flow. Catfish, armoured in bony plates, emerge from the shadows to sift for food, while freshwater prawns scuttle among the pebbles, their movements synchronized with the river's pulse. Gap 1s. In these slow-moving backwaters, floating mats of tangled vegetation create miniature islands. Here the proboscis monkey leans over the water's edge, its reflection rippling as it plucks young leaves. Above, the rare storm stork soars low, scanning for fish with sharp, patient eyes, an apex predator in this aquatic realm. Gap 1s. The riverbanks are alive with drama. Crocodiles bask in the shallows, their ancient eyes half closed, while bearded pigs root through the mud for fallen fruit. Otters slip through the currents in playful pursuit, leaving trails of silver bubbles that glimmer in the dappled light. Gap 1s. When the rains arrive, the rivers swell, flooding the forest floor. This seasonal pulse transforms the landscape, carrying seeds, nutrients, and life itself far beyond their source. Fish migrate upstream to spawn, their bodies flashing as they leap against the current. In flooded groves, orchids and pitcher plants cling to trunks rising from the water, their blooms reflected in the glassy surface. Gap 1s. Every drop in these rivers tells a story of ancient mountains eroded grain by grain, of forests rising and falling with the tides of time. The rivers bind the land, threading together the fates of plants, animals, and the very earth itself. In Borneo's living rivers, the journey never ends. It only flows onward, carrying the secrets of the rainforest to the sea. Gap twos. High above the forest floor, where sunlight filters in shifting mosaics and the air is thick with the scent of leaves and rain, an unending drama unfolds. Here, in the tangled labyrinth of Borneo's canopy, legions of insects serve as the rainforest's unseen engineers, builders, pollinators, recyclers, and silent sentinels. Gap ones. In the early morning, dew beads cling to the gossamer threads of an orb weaver's web. A golden silk spider waits motionless, her 8 eyes reflecting the dawn. With the faintest tremor, she springs into action, wrapping a careless moth in silk, recycling the night's bounty back into the forest's endless cycle. Gap ones. On a nearby branch, a line of leafcutter ants marches with unwavering purpose. Each worker carries a bright green fragment, a piece of the canopy destined for underground fungal gardens. Their colony, hidden beneath a rotting log, is an intricate fortress, tunnels and chambers alive with 1,000,000 synchronized lives, all fueled by the ceaseless harvest above. Gap ones. Among the flowers, jewel-toned butterflies flutter, Raja Brook's birdwing, with its emerald wings flashing in shafts of light, hovers near a blooming orchid. As it feeds, pollen clings to its delicate body, ensuring the orchid's secret lineage will survive another season. Gap ones. Not all are gentle. On a shaded trunk, a lantern bug rests, its ornate head shaped like a miniature dragon. Nearby, a praying mantis waits in camouflage, swaying with the breeze, forelegs poised for a swift strike. Every movement in the canopy is a delicate balance between hunter and hunted. Gap ones. Beneath the bark, beetle larvae tunnel unseen, breaking down ancient wood into fertile soil. Dung beetles roll their precious cargo across the leaf litter, transforming waste into nourishment for new life. Termites in hidden cathedrals of mud and spit recycle the forest debris, their tireless work nourishing the roots of towering trees. Gap ones. At dusk, fireflies ignite the shadows, their synchronized pulses weaving silent messages through the humid air. Each light is a signal, a call, a response, a promise in the gathering darkness. Gap ones. In Borneo's canopy, insects are more than fleeting presences. They are the architects and caretakers of the rainforest, shaping every layer of life above and below. Their world is vast, intricate and vital, an endless dance, unseen but essential in the green heart of the island. Gap twos. As night falls and the chorus of wings fades, the canopy breathes, alive with the memory of 1,000,000 tiny engineers. The rainforest endures, built and rebuilt with every flutter, every bite, every luminous spark in the darkness. Gap twos. In the shadowed understory of Borneo's rainforest, survival often hinges on the power to disappear. Here, evolution has sculpted a caste of masters, creatures whose very existence depends on deception and illusion. Gap ones. A fallen branch stirs, but it is not wood. It is a Bornean stick insect, elongated and motionless, blending seamlessly with the twigs and lichen that litter the forest floor. Its limbs, ridged and mottled, mimic the bark's texture, each subtle movement a calculated echo of the breeze. When danger passes, it resumes its silent, slow journey, invisible to all but the most attentive eyes. Gap ones. Just above, a dead leaf flutters to the ground, but this is no leaf. It is a leaf-mimic katydid, its wings veined and spotted with the imperfections of decay. The tiniest details, nibbled edges, a splash of mouldy yellow, render it indistinguishable from real foliage. It remains utterly still as a predator passes, trusting in its perfect disguise. Gap ones. Elsewhere, a patch of moss shifts on the bark of a tree. Closer inspection reveals a mossy frog, its skin textured and coloured to match the green and brown tapestry of its home. Eyes half closed, it rests in plain sight, shielded by the very world it inhabits. Gap ones. A butterfly alights on a sun-dappled trunk. Its wings, when closed, are plain and bark-like, but when opened reveal a sudden flash of brilliant blue, startling would-be predators and buying precious moments for escape. Gap ones. Even among the leaves, a viper coils, its scales patterned in cryptic greens and browns. Motionless and patient, it becomes a living shadow, waiting for the unwary to come too close. Gap ones. At dusk, a chorus of cicadas erupts. Some species sport transparent wings, etched with the veins of leaves. Others wear the colours of the forest floor. Their camouflage is not just protection, but a passport to the fleeting safety of the night. Gap ones. In Borneo's jungle, the art of concealment is a language spoken by countless species, each whispering a different secret to the forest. From the smallest insect to the silent snake, these camouflage artists shape the rhythm of life and death beneath the canopy. Their mastery is ancient, their stage ever-changing, their performances hidden in plain sight. Gap twos. In this world of endless green, the greatest magic is to vanish, to become the forest itself, unseen and eternal. Gap twos. In the deep heart of Borneo's rainforest, time is not measured by clocks or calendars, but by the secret rhythms of the jungle itself. Here, some of the most remarkable events remain hidden from all but the most patient of eyes. An unfolding spectacle written in petals and pollen. Gap ones. The camera sweeps low, gliding through shafts of golden morning light. Among the moss and ferns, a single bud trembles. This is the rafflesia, the world's largest and rarest flower. For months it lies dormant, a bulbous promise beneath the leaf litter. Then, in a single night, it bursts forth, its leathery petals unfurling in slow, silent grandeur. The bloom is colossal, splashed with crimson and freckled with white, exuding a musky aroma that beckons the jungle's pollinators. For just a few days it reigns as the forest's strange monarch, then collapses, vanishing almost as quickly as it appeared. Gap ones. In the dim understory, another phenomenon stirs. The Titanarum, also known as the corpse flower, begins its rare ascent. Its towering spadix pierces the canopy, sheathed in a velvety burgundy spathe. The air grows thick with the scent of rotting fruit, luring carrion beetles and flies from miles around. For a single night, the rainforest pulses with the fevered energy of reproduction, as insects crawl deep into the flower's hidden chambers, unwittingly carrying life from bloom to bloom. Gap ones. Elsewhere, a delicate dance unfolds atop the branches. Orchids, some no larger than a fingernail, others trailing in cascades of colour, open their blooms in perfect synchrony with the monsoon rains. Each species has its own secret clock. Some bloom only at dusk, others in response to a single heavy downpour. Their intricate shapes and vivid hues are invitations tailored to the preferences of tiny jungle bees and fluttering moths. Gap ones. The camera lingers on a rare ghostly bloom, the night-flowering epiphyllum. Its pale petals unfurl in silence, glowing under the silver gaze of the moon. For a few precious hours it offers nectar to the bats that flit between the branches, before withering with the dawn. Gap ones. These ephemeral blooms are more than mere spectacles. They are the rainforest's living timekeepers. Their fleeting appearances signal subtle shifts in weather, the arrival of pollinators, the turning of invisible seasonal gears. Each blossom is a message, written in the language of survival and renewal. Gap ones. In Borneo's jungle, to witness a rare flower bloom is to glimpse the heartbeat of the ancient forest itself, a reminder that beauty here is both fragile and eternal, timed not by human hands, but by the wild secret calendar of the rainforest.